It's a small town of about 3,000 people, and it's located in northeast Indiana. Abby and Libby had a day off from school on February 13th, something like teacher conferences or something. So they had a sleepover the night before at Libby's house. On February 13th, Libby's older sister, Kelly, dropped the reason to believe that Alan may not have acted alone. They didn't elaborate on more, but they just said they have good reason to believe he didn't act alone. In the newly unsealed affidavit, multiple eyewitnesses described seeing a man described as creepy on the bridge the afternoon of February 13th. One of the investigators said that the second culprit, if they do exist, could be someone who was already waiting in the woods near where the girls were killed and possibly not seen by anyone. Alternatively, that potential accomplice could be an aider or an abettor who assisted the killer before or after the murders, though it wasn't necessarily present at the scene. Someone who maybe helped dispose of something of evidence after the crime. One of the investigators said, and this is a quote, "The only other thing, which I think is a very small possibility, is that someone else was waiting in the woods where the girls were murdered. When he took them to the bridge to that area, someone could have been waiting for them there already." The affidavit states that a bullet was found at the scene, but the document doesn't suggest that the girls were shot. The bullet found at the scene came from one of Alan's guns. He has pleaded not guilty and is set to return to court on February 17th, 2023 for a bond and pre-trial hearing, with a trial date slated for March 2023. There are a lot of really good documentaries on YouTube about this case. There's one titled Down the Hill, which is the quote from The Likely Killer. That was a really good documentary. I think it's 2 parts. And there was another documentary that I found on YouTube that really freaked me out. It was featuring like a psychic or a spiritual investigator, and he said he was communicating with the girls through a spirit box, and the spirit box was talking on camera. Freaked me out. It's this like I said, is a very famous case in Indiana that still is on local news stations statewide, and I can't imagine how much it must consume the city of the little town of Delphi, where people took pride in kind of knowing your neighbor, and where you just didn't expect something like this to happen. I found there are so many good articles. If you want to know more about this case, I'll link them somewhere here in this video, either in the comments or in the description. It's just such a, if you are interested in true crime, there is a lot to this case that you would find interesting. Libby's sister Kelsey is actually now going to school for forensics in hopes of solving her sister's murder. And she said before that she understands going to school now for this, why this has taken so long, how investigators have to be very slow and methodical, and there is so much that goes into these investigations. I also found on Wikipedia that there is a little section on memorials to Abby and Libby, in response to a request from Libby's grandmother, who she lived with, Libby's mother. Homeowners across central Indiana have had orange lights installed true crime cases.